Hey guys, welcome back. This is a very cool knife that I have been wanting to check out for some time. It's currently sold out most everywhere, I believe. And I've missed the drops, so I have not been able to pick one up myself. Plus, I wasn't quite sure because it's kind of on the smaller side, and but having one in hand right now does make me feel like I would like to get one of these. And they make this in a couple different variations. There is a G10 scaled one. This one is titanium. They've got the stonewashed and satin blade, stonewash. They've got a blacked out version. They've got a black handle with a stonewash blade. They've got a couple of different, variations. So this is the Quietcarry Waypoint. Super corrosion resistant. That is basically the name of the game here. Titanium, which doesn't rust. Marine grade stainless steel clip and hardware. Let's zoom in here. And the steel, the blade steel is Vanex Super Clean, which is virtually rust proof from what I understand, and it also has a very high edge retention super steel. The liner lock is LC200, which is virtually corrosion proof, and it runs on phosphor bronze washers. So really, and there's a ton of reviews out there on YouTube about this. So I know I am late in the game on this one for sure, and that's okay. But I wanted to kind of give my take and my twist on this really super cool sub $300 pocket knife. So you can see in my hand, it fits my hand. It is thin. It's very thin, so it doesn't fill my hand. But you could use this, on some pretty hard stuff. And the fact that it's corrosion resistant means you can live anywhere with this one. A lot of times, people are asking me, what should I get if I live near the ocean or in a hot and humid area and things like that? Because that is a concern. Even if it's just in your pocket all day and you're working outdoors and things like that and you're using your knife throughout the day, just the sweat and the humidity in the air can start to corrode your blade or just mean that you have to really take more care of it when you get home by cleaning it off, lubing the blade, protecting that with some oil or something every day when you go home, which can be a bit of a drag depending, right? So Quietcarry came up with this option so that you don't even have to worry about this. Now, the guys I know that actually own these have tried to get them to rust. They stick them in water. They take them to the ocean. They dig around in the sand, all of that stuff. Leave it there, most of the day and try to get it to rust. Throw it in their pocket. Leave it wet. And they have not been able to do that yet. Not been able to cause any problems with this knife because of all the materials put together are all super anti-corrosive. So as a package, it just works great. So we'll give you some of the specs here. It's 4 3/16 closed, 7.5 overall. Blade is 3.27 with a 3.18 inch cutting edge. The blade thickness is only 0.086 at its thickest. And then it goes down to a very nice, tall, hollow grind. And they did a great job. And we'll zoom in here on the blade in just a second. The overall thickness is just 0.370. Super thin. And weighs in at just 2.7 ounces. And partially because they did, zoom in here, you can see huge internal milling pockets on the show side. Because it's a liner lock, I don't know that they did any milling out behind the liner lock. I mean, they did for this to allow the liner lock to fit, of course, right? But I don't know if there's any extra milling. Here, if I put a light on it, you can see that those milling pockets a little bit better. It's such a thin knife that it's hard to really see inside. But the blade, the stonewashing, is fantastic. Now, this comes from a buddy of mine, Snuggle Tummy, and there is some chips in the blade here. There's some edge damage there that needs to be cleaned up, but you can see this beautiful stonewashed blade and stonewash scales. So it really just goes together as a perfect package, in my opinion. I just love it. So I am going to need to get one of these. They are in the, I think, straight from the Quietcarry website, they're $295 in this configuration. The G10 one, if you can get it, is a little less expensive. Here it is next to the Sharpie. And one thing I didn't mention, it does have a ceramic detent. So all in all, it's a pretty awesome knife. I gotta say, here it is next to the Spyderco Delica. The Holt Spectre, a little bit shorter than the Holt Spectre overall. And a little bit shorter handle, a little bit shorter blade. So, but much thinner. So it is a very thin carry. And just to kind of put it up against a big boy, just for the comparison's sake, the Hinder XM24. This Waypoint really does disappear in the pocket. It's so thin. It is right or left-handed for the pocket clip. All the hardware is T8, both the pivot and the body screws, and the screw for the clip. So it makes it very easy to work on if you need to. So there you have it, guys. I mean, it's got a fantastic action. Not drop shut, but that's totally fine. But it fires like a rocket. So overall, great knife. Really nice packaging. A little magnetic, cardboard box with a nice foam cutout. It's just a great overall package. So check these out. Thanks to Snuggle Tummy for loaning this in. I'm very excited that I got to check one of these out. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.